Hello everyone, my name is Pukar Dhital. I'm an English instructor for Grade 7. Today we're going to begin a chapter, Festivals in Nepal. So let's begin the class.
So let's begin the chapter Festivals in Nepal. So first of all, what do you think is festival? What do you understand by the term festival? Do you know what festival is? So just ask a friend what they know about festival and look at your class, for example. You'd see their students coming from diverse background. Some of them could be Brahmin or Chetri or Kirat or Groom or any indigenous group. So that's the wonderful thing. That's the beauty. We come from so many communities and yet we are together. All right. In this diversity is our unity. And you can ask your friend the festivals that they celebrate. All right. A festival could be, sometimes it could be a celebration in honor of God, a celebration in honor of gods. All right. A festival could be an event or community gathering. All right. And of course, Nepal is a country of lots of festivals. All right, and that's one of the beauty of this country, that we have so many festivals to celebrate. So ask your friends what kind of festival they celebrate at home, and then you can make a list out of it. So this is just an activity which you can carry out in the classroom itself. Make a list of such activities, the festival that every student in your class celebrates. All right, list out festivals and share it in your classroom. All right, so this you can do maybe within 10 minutes time. You can talk to one another about the different festivals your friends celebrate, right? And then write about it and talk to the class, share to the class what's something new you've learned about the festival. All right, so again we're going to begin a passage today, all right, in one of the festivals of Nepal, which I'm sure all of you know it and is very dear to you, right? And before we begin, of course, let's not forget. So let's look at those words. Here on this side we have words, all right? These are all the words. While on the other side on the other side of the column we have meaning. Of course, every time we read, we might come across many words whose meaning we not understand. So in that case, we should always refer to the dictionary. And here are some of the words whose meanings are given right here. All right. So learn the meanings of these words that appear in the passage below. So the passage which I'm about to read in a while, its meaning, you'd find it right here. These are all the words which we will later find in the passage. So let's first read these meanings. Celebrate. Its meaning is to show that a day or an event is important by doing something special. Raising fund. Collecting certain amount of money for a particular purpose. Theme. The subject or main idea. Promise. To tell someone that you will definitely do something. United. Being together as a unit. Youngsters. Young people. Curious. Desire to know about something. Dance number. A song to which you can dance. And now that we know about the meaning of these words, let's have one more idea how we can actually learn to develop new vocabularies. All right, so we can just name it vocabulary words, or just let's name it vocabulary. All right, now the very idea of vocabulary is to familiarize yourself with new vocabulary word. All right, so let's say, for example, let's work on the word curious. Okay, so if the word is curious, and the wonderful thing about this vocabulary is that you can use it, all right? You can follow this method to improve your English, and it will really help you to improve your English to great extent, all right? And it's not necessary that it has to be always from the course book that you're studying. It could be also from the newspaper articles or magazines, anything English, all right? And whose word, and all those words whose meaning you want to know, all right? So if the word is curious, all right? So first we find out the meaning of this word, and you have to use dictionary, and hopefully in today's term, you know what? We have a mobile dictionary or cell phone dictionary. It's one of the app, mobile dictionary, which we can use anytime. All right. So if you don't want to use mobile dictionary, of course we have the orthodox or the paper dictionary. All right, that we get to buy in the market. And of course, referring to the dictionary is very important. Referring to dictionary is very important if you want to improve your English. All right. So let's find out the meaning of the word curious. All right, which is here which I just read a while ago. All right, so word, its meaning. So this is the format. All right, try to observe carefully how this format. All right, so observe carefully how this vocabulary is done. All right, so meaning. So the book defines as desire to know about something. Now, once you're done with the meaning, let's try to figure out one more thing, and that would be part of a speech. Now, part of a speech is always given in the dictionary, be it a mobile dictionary or be it a paper dictionary that we use. Alright, it's always given there, and usually in short form. Like if you see ADZ next to the very word, you'd have to understand that's adjective. Okay, so the dictionary, so it's part of a speech is adjective. In the dictionary, you'd probably get it as ADJ, but here you write the full form like ADJECTIVE, adjective. Now we write sentence from the book. Now this is more like how this particular word curious is used in the book. Okay, so we got to find out where the word curious is and how this particular word is used in the book, and copy that sentence as it is where we find this word is being used. Now, in the passage that we're about to read, it says here this particular word is used. Right? So we copy as it is. Now, she was more curious in what the boys were doing. Right? And then we come across what I say. Now we make our own sentence. Sentence of my. Oh, now you make your own. Now you know the word, its meaning, in fact, and then the part of the speech, and much important, you also know how this particular word curious is used in a sentence. Now that you know all these things, you can very well make a sentence of your own. All right. So what? Now maybe you can take a time and write a sentence of curious. So let's write one sentence here. Jack's son was curious to know how a bird flies. Right. Jack's son was curious to know how a bird flies in the sky. So this is how you can use this technique to improve your own vocabulary words. This way you get to learn lot many words and also learn how to use that word in a sentence of your own. So now let's proceed further. Now we're going to read a passage which I was talking about earlier. All right, the passage is Deunsi. Now we all know that we celebrate Deunsi, all right, in Tihar. Deunsi. Mom, can I go to play Deunsi with my friends? Asked the little boy. His mother was not happy with the idea. But it was the time of Tihar festival. Playing Deunsi was an important part of celebrating Tihar. Who will be with you? She asked. She wondered if he will be safe with friends. I will be with my friends from school. Even our teacher will be there. We are raising fund for the school library, he replied. His mother was happy to hear that. Raising money for the library was a good idea. It wasn't like in the previous years. The youngsters just went for a picnic with the money that they raised. What are you going to do there? She asked again. Now she was more curious in what the boys were doing. Remember, just use the word curious, all right, in doing that vocabulary. Oh, we have practiced some songs and dance numbers. Of course, there will be the Deunsi song as well. The theme this year is unity. We shall be singing and dancing to show how important it is to be united. We will also give some messages during this Deunsi. The main message is for people from different religions. We want all people to celebrate each other's festivals, at least be a part of it and understand it. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Do you think everyone will agree? The mother asked. I don't know about others, but few friends from class 7 have made a promise. We shall be going to each other's homes during major festivals. We shall enjoy Buddha Purnima, Eid, Ubhauli, Losar, Christmas, Tihar, Maghi, among other festivals. Our teacher says that this will help us to understand more about different cultures of Nepal. This will also help us to be more united. I think that is an excellent idea. Go on now, but don't be late. I won't, Mom, the boy shouted happily as he ran out of the door. So now that we have read the passage, of course the passage talks about a conversation between a mother and a son, and how a son manages to convince his mother, all right, who was initially rather worried about her son, all right, but when she knows that her son is going not only with his friends, but there are also teachers to guide them, all right, while playing Deunsi, and also that they are playing Deunsi for a very wonderful cause, that is, they want to donate it to the library, right, and considering the wonderful cause that her son is engaged in, all right, the mother happily agrees to let her son go to play Deunsi. Now, based on this passage, let's look at the exercises. Now, after reading the passage, alright, let's try to fill in the blanks with correct words from the text. Now, remember, I just read the text. Now, on the basis of that text, let's try to fill out the correct words in all the sentences. The boy wanted to go to play with his friends. So, what was it that the boy wanted to go out and play? Have you figured the answer out? The boy wanted to go out and play Deunsi with his friends. Last year, the youngsters spent the Deunsi money on, so remember, last year they just went for a picnic, from the money they had raised playing Deunsi. So last year, the youngsters spent the Deunsi money on a picnic. Now, I'm sure in a class you can do number C. This year, they want to raise funds for the school. You can also do number D. The theme of this year's Deunsi is, remember they have a theme that they're working on. The students of grade 7 have agreed to celebrate Major. Again, you'll have to identify what that is from the passage. The mother was, alright, there's a blank. to know what the grade 7 students were doing. Remember, I think we had also worked that in sentence of our own, or sentence from the book rather. So I'm sure you can fill in the blanks to number C, D, E, and F. Now let's move further, shall we? Okay, here are the list of words given, alright, and your task is very simple. Your task is to pick the correct word and fill it in the sentences, alright, and make a perfect sentence, right? So here are the sentences, and of course there's a blank here, right? So pick the correct word and make a sentence that makes perfect sense, alright? So remember, here are 5 sentences, and you have just 5 words to choose from, okay? And here are the 5 words. Okay, I'm going to do the first one. The rest would be your classwork, right? You can do it in the class itself. We can do so many things in the community if we all are, what do you think is the correct word? I'm sure you got it all right, all right? If we all are united together. We need to respect and, there's a blank, each other's festival to have peace in the community. So this is a wonderful message here, see? We need to respect and, of course, it's celebrate each other's festival to have peace in the community. There's a blank, enjoy music and dance. Our head teacher, there's a blank, to know what we plan to do next month. My father has made there's a blank, to buy me a new bag if I pass the exam. I'm sure you can get all these words in its correct position, alright? So you can do it in the classwork itself. Now let's come to the question and answers. Now let's do the question and answers based on the passage which I had read. Now, what did the little boy ask his mother? You can discuss it with your friends. What do you think the whole passage was all about? Alright, so in the very beginning of the passage, see, Mom, can I go to play dance with my friends? Asked the little boy. Alright, so we can begin. Remember, most of the times the answer begins right from the question, and we'll always have to take good care of the auxiliary verbs or tenses. Alright, what did? It's asked in simple past. Alright, so it is always going to change the verb that follows, that is ask. So the little boy asked his mother whether he could go to play Dilsey with his friends. See? And also observe how the structure has changed. Alright? In the passage, it's Mom, can I go to play Dilsey with my friends? It's more like a direct speech here. Alright? Which we have changed to, you can say it almost to indirect speech. Alright? The boy asked. Now we have changed, can I go to play Dilsey? See, whether he, there's no I here, whether he can to could, whether he could go to play Dilsey, again not my friends but his friends. Okay, now again look at the second question. Did the mother allow the boy to go for Dilsey? Very short answer, but we have to take care of the sentence structure. Okay, and of course the tense. Did the mother allow the boy to go for Dilsey? Yes, the mother allowed the boy to go for Dilsey. Remember, she was very happy that, her son has a wonderful purpose behind Dilsey. It was just not for mere fun, alright, but it was for from the money that they would collect, they had decided to give it to a library, to the school library, and that's a very noble cause, and that's what the mother was happy, of course. And besides, there were teachers to look after students in Dilsey. So did the mother allow the boy to go for Dilsey? Yes, the mother. Again, look at this did will have its impact on the verb. That's allow. Take it to simple past because did is in simple past. The question is asked in simple past. Yes, the mother. That's why we are changing it to simple past. Alright. Allowed the boy to go for Dilsey. Right. So keeping these things in mind, and now you have the passages, you can do the homework which are given here. Alright. What is the theme of this year's Dilsey? Remember the theme that we talked about? Remember the passage talks about the theme unity. Alright. How did the youngsters spend the Dilsey money in the previous years? Now, the youngsters spend. Remember, take care of this tense here. Why do the students want to play Dilsey this year? Well, remember again that they have a very noble cause. Here the tense is simple present, do does, alright? The students want to play Dilsey this year because, of course, you can get the answer from the passage. And what major festivals do the students want to celebrate from this year? Now remember, at the end of the passage, we talks about lots of festivals which the students are planning to celebrate, right? So keeping these things in mind, you can do these 4 questions as your homework. And of course, those fill in the blanks which we had done earlier, you can also do it at home if that was undone in the class. Thank you very much. And if you have any queries, you can feel free to email us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you very much.